Hey guys, my name is Casey and I love where neuroscience, psychology, scripture, science, and relational psychology intersect. And if you like that kind of thing, then maybe stick around. You may enjoy this. If not, just keep scrolling. Totally fine. This is part 2 of my series on belief or fear, testing the invisible things within yourself. Because we are the image of God, we are reflections of Him, and not only that, but reflections to one another. And it's important that we actually reflect on ourselves and our behaviors and how it influences others and the cycle in between. So we're doing that. Sometimes you can only do that when you zoom in on the reflection and the invisible things inside of us. So we're doing that. So belief or fear, that's kind of weird, right? So we're just kind of looking at, because on the outside, when we are performing belief or acting in fear, sometimes they can look the same, okay? Because if you're a Christian, you know the right thing to do. You might even tell yourself, I should be, I should do, I should act, I should. And you're shitting all over yourself and probably everyone around you. And so we're going to look at what's going on inside of the body when we're acting in should, which I'm going to say is shame, and the root of shame is fear. And so physiologically. And so anyway, we know there is a difference between, even though the behaviors are the same, what's the internal fabric of what's happening is different. And if we want to have inner congruence, where the alignment for what is inside matches what's outside, also known as integrity, or authenticity, then you're going to have to take a look at the invisible things and not just be projecting to an outside world. And if you want to do that, if that's something that resonates with you, we're going to talk a little bit about how to do that today. And we talked in the last video, a lot of times some of this stuff gets programmed into us when we're younger. We learn how to should. We grow up in shame. We survive using shame. So we perform and we convince people and we hide. And all of those things lead to behaviors that later in our life don't really serve our relationships or our self or our career very well. And we know this because we experience it physiologically. Neuroscience actually has a name for this internal congruence. When your actions are in alignment with your belief system, the body releases a unique chemical profile. It's a mix of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, and here's a really important piece, reduced cortisol. So all of the ones I mentioned before, they're your happy chemicals. The release of do more of this is safety, this is good, this is, safety, how you're going to be able to live, but also this is an atmosphere of love, where cortisol is our stress hormone released when our body is in fight or flight, which is our fear or survival mode. And the Bible's really clear on what gives a person life, and it is not fear. And He says, cast your anxieties on me because I care about you. Let me take care of you. Let me provide safety and life for you. He talks about he says, do not fear 365 times in the Bible. So I'm going to take that literally as the literal fear response in the body, which which signals threat and a need for safety. And it releases a whole bunch of things in our body, makes us hold on to fat, women. So if anything, use today's lesson to help you manage that, if that's a concern for you. I'm in my mid-40s and it's a concern. So authenticity feels good even when it's hard. There might be an intensity and there might be a risk, but it feels like integrity. But when you're acting out of shoulds that are rooted in fear or shame, your nervous system enters a stress state. I'm smart. Your nervous system enters a stress state. Okay, so this is really important. We have two totally different embodied experiences. Okay, did you see that? One, the root is safety, security, love, and reduce stress. And one is rooted in the body's stress and fear response. But on the outside, So that's all the invisible stuff going on the inside that we can hide, baby, or we don't understand, or we shove down, or we ignore. But sometimes the behaviors look the same. The outcomes, I'm going to do this anyway. And so not only is it really a lie, but it's acting in fear. And I'm not saying zoom in on that to shame you. I'm saying if you say you believe in these things and you're acting in misalignment and it's causing you physical stress, and you wanted to look into it and adjust some of those behaviors for different outcomes, we can do that. You don't lose your value. You're not wrong. You're doing the very best you can. I want to make sure and say that. No one's blaming you for this. In fact, you're a product of it, probably from childhood. And so this is like a safe space for you to explore that. There's no shaming here. That's like the point of this whole thing, is to allow you the validity, what's that validation that you need to know that what you're experiencing, if it feels off or is causing anxiety, that makes sense. You're right. And hopefully this can help alleviate some of that and help you into understanding. But anyway, if you're operating in shoulds and you find yourself, yeah, I am operating in shoulds, just to test that invisible or to explore that invisibly, this is what you might be feeling in your body. When your body releases cortisol, which is stress, which is fight or flight, you might feel a tightening in your stomach or racing in your heart. And this is a signal that you're not embodying love and acting in alignment with your beliefs. It's a signal. It's not your enemy. You don't have to be fearful of this feeling. It's a signal for you to be like, hey, wait. Hold on. You're performing obedience under pressure instead of acting in alignment with your belief system, which will give you peace and love and safety and reduce stress. Let's take a look at it. It's so full of love. Even your fear response is rooted in signaling you safety and love. Such a beautiful design. I love God's design. So how do you know if your actions are rooted in fear or belief? First, you're going to listen to that signal within your body. And the challenge for you is going to start today and test how many times the little signal of, hey, this is incongruent, this is a should, this is giving you anxiety, this is making your heart race, this is making your jaw tight, this is making you explosive and volatility. What about what you're doing is incongruent with your belief system? And if you are in control and you are the architect, what can you do to change that, to give yourself love, to give yourself kindness, to give yourself patience, to value yourself? Because that belief is in alignment with what God says and who God says you are. You are valuable. And if you cannot value yourself, you are going to have trouble valuing other people and even God himself. Jesus says that when he says what the greatest commandment is, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, strength. And the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. So if you can't love yourself, you're going to have a hard time doing the work of love towards other people because you can't do it towards yourself. That might be why you're explosive when you have to be patient with other people. The point being, you can perform behaviors out of belief or fear. They're going to look the same, but the invisible part inside of you is not going to be the same. And I want to let you know that that matters to me, and I know that it matters to your lived experience. Your nervous system knows the difference, and so does God, and there is a way to move forward with new tools and resources.